call the roll.
Youth Legislator Abebe.
Present.
Youth Legislator Atwood.
Present.
Youth Legislator Carver. Youth Legislator Chundu.
Present.
Youth Legislator Craig. Youth Legislator Dvoron.
Here.
Youth Legislator Espinosa de los Monteros.
Present.
Youth Legislator Goins.
Present.
Youth Legislator Haley Misko.
Present.
Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Present.
Youth Legislator Melendez.
Present.
Youth Legislator Moassasi.
Present.
Youth Legislator Palmer. Youth Legislator Palmer.
Present.
Youth Legislator Valenzuela. Youth Legislator Valenzuela. Youth Legislator Wong.
Present.
Okay, and Chair Bieda.
Present. Okay, thank you for calling the roll, Tina. So I have a few housekeeping reminders before we continue with the meeting. Since our group is separated by location and wholly online, I'll do my best to ensure that we're still all inclusive and that everyone who wishes to be recognized is able to do so fully and participate. At this time, if anyone would like to provide public comment, you can please do so and come forward. To ensure that everyone has the opportunity to speak, I'd like to ask that anyone speaking during public comment to keep their comments to no more than 3 minutes and to try avoiding repeating any comments that have been made previously. We run a tight ship and we do have quite a few items to cover today. Please remember that there will be no other period, or that there will be another period for public comment later on in this meeting. So does anyone have any public comment to give? Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Bieda. The public comment line is open and working. However, there are no callers on the line at this time.
Thank you. So while it doesn't appear we have anyone present to provide any public comment, we'll move on to the next portion of this meeting. So agenda item 3 is the swearing in of our new youth legislator. I will turn the meeting over to Senator Weiner to welcome in our new youth legislator.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Youth Legislator Abebe, would you please repeat after me the following affirmation of office? I, and state your name,
I, Maharot Abebe,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and the Constitution and government
and the Constitution and government
of the state of Nevada
of the state of Nevada
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
whether domestic or foreign,
whether domestic or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
and I will bear true faith,
allegiance, and loyalty
allegiance, and loyalty
to the same,
to the same,
any ordinance,
and the ordinance,
resolution, or law
resolution, or law
of any state notwithstanding,
of any state notwithstanding,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of Youth Legislator
of the office of Youth Legislator
on which I'm about to enter,
on which I'm about to enter,
under the pains and penalties of perjury.
under the pains and penalties of perjury.
Congratulations, Youth Legislator Abebe. Welcome to the Youth Legislature officially. We are thrilled to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So welcome, Youth Legislator Abebe. We're so pleased to see you come to, we were so pleased to see you come to the last meeting and begin your term so gracefully. And as we hope is pretty apparent, we want to welcome you again to our really extensive family. So yeah, another congratulations from me, and I'm sure from everyone else as well. So we're going to move on to the fourth agenda item, and it's going to be talking about the approval of our last minute meetings. So our last meeting was held on February 11th, 2020, and copies of the minutes have been provided to everyone here. I can accept a motion to approve the minutes. So would anyone here like to provide that motion or make that motion? It would be a simple motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Motion to approve this meeting minute?
Youth Legislator Palmer has moved for approval of the meeting minutes held on February 11th, 2020. Is there a second to this motion?
Legislator Tyler Fournier, I second it.
Youth Legislator Fournier has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion regarding the meeting minutes? Okay, seeing no discussion, I'll take a vote on the motion now. All those in favor of the motion to approve these meeting minutes, please signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, all those opposed to this, please signify by saying nay. The motion carries unanimously and the meeting minutes are approved. The next agenda item is an update concerning the nomination of a student member to the State Board of Education. It's been rescheduled for our meeting on October 13th, 2020. Senator Wiener, would you like to provide any further commentary on this?
Just thank you, Madam Chair. Just that because our youth legislative member, Youth Legislator Carver, is unable to be with us at this time, so we'll just move that as an agenda item to the next month's meeting. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. So this brings me to agenda item number 6, which is the election of the chair and vice chair of the NYL. I want to briefly state that I've had no greater pleasure nor honor than to work with some of the most committed and bright minds in the state. It's not every day that a teen endeavoring to help others can do so in such a large way and with as much support as the NYL staff, alumni, and youth legislators provide. Before my time as chair and Youth Legislator Wong's time as vice chair officially passes, I did want to provide cordial thank yous to the following people. Thank you to the NYL staff for working as diligently and wonderfully as you do to help everyone seamlessly participate in this process. And thank you to the NYL alumni, senators, and assembly people for sparing us the time out of your busy schedules to help advise us. Thank you to Tina for always checking in with me to see if I was ready to go and had everything I needed for any of my responsibilities. And lastly, thank you to Senator Wiener for being a shepherd for so many of us and for always encouraging our civic engagement. Truly, for every one person saying it, there are 20 more thinking it. As my term expires, we need to select the chair and vice chair who will serve from today until May 31st, 2021. I'm now going to open up the meeting to anyone who would like to nominate themselves or another member to serve as chair.
I would like to nominate Youth Legislator Fournier.
I would like to nominate Rhythm Kincaid.
I would like to nominate myself, Youth Legislator Malite Halemiskell.
Youth Legislator Chindu, for the record, I'd like to nominate Youth Legislator Melendez.
I was wondering if I could unnominate myself, like for a different position, for vice chair.
Duly noted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are there any other nominations?
I just had a quick question. Youth Legislator Haley Miskell for the record. If you run for chair, could you also run for vice chair?
I don't think I'm in the position to answer this question. but
I
to
will
my
answer
knowledge-
that, the Senator Weiner. If indeed you are not selected, if you do not receive the adequate number of votes for chair, yes, you can run for vice chair.
Thank you, Senator Wiener. I'm sorry for interrupting. Okay, so now that we have 3 members nominated for this position, we will take a roll call vote. If one nominee receives a majority of the votes from the members present, he or she will serve as the chair. If none of the nominees receives a majority vote, we will take the 2 nominees who receive the highest number of votes and do another roll call vote with just those 2 nominees. Before taking the vote, I will open it up for discussion. Does anyone have any comments they would like to make before we take a vote? This includes any nominee who wants to make a statement in favor of his or her candidacy. Yes, I hear that there is comment.
In the email, I saw that we're allowed to make a 1-minute speech. Does that still apply?
Yes, that would be during this period. This is like your commentary period, yes.
Okay, I would like to make a speech if possible.
Yes, go ahead.
Youth Legislator Melite Haley Miskell for the record, representing Senate District 9. I would just like to say that the Nevada Youth Legislature has changed my life in more ways than I can explain. It has allowed me to be introduced to an amazing group of people who enjoy advocacy as much as I do, that I call my friends. It has also allowed me to have a voice in the community, and I would like to give back to everything that this organization has offered me by running for chair. We can all agree that we're in a very unique circumstance, but if anyone can make the best out of this situation, I know that it is us. Even this unique circumstance, I know that I am qualified for chair. In my past experience as a student body vice president, I have represented over 600 students, and now as a student body vice president for the whole school, I represent the school, and I have learned that being inclusive is a vital part of being a leader. And if you elect me, I promise to be as inclusive as possible and work with you all for the bill, as well as making our visions to better Nevada come to life. I would just like to say that I have both the legislatures as well as all of our best interests at my heart. And if you all give me the opportunity to do so by putting your trust in me, I will not disappoint you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Haley Miskell. Do any of the other nominees for this position wish to insert their personal statement at this time?
Youth Legislator Tyler Fournier, I would like to.
Go right ahead, Youth Legislator.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. I'm Youth Legislator Tyler Fournier of District 6. I am a senior at Odyssey Charter School, and I'm running for chair because I believe I can do the job efficiently and effectively. My goal is to provide a great learning experience to everyone. I am, I guess, a veteran to the program. I've been in this program for 3 years, and I understand how to run meetings effectively while also getting the most out of them for both myself and for my peers. My other goal is to run the youth legislator in the smoothest way possible, so that way we can get as much done in the least amount of time needed, so that way we can also focus on all the issues present. I have many connections with the youth legislature alumni and senators alike. I will guide the BDR process in order to pick the absolute best in the NYL in the coming BDR drafting period. I honestly cannot wait to get into the next term of the NYL and push us to be the best, better change in this world. Because let's be honest, the world is full of a lot of stuff we don't like, and it's not going to change unless we do something about it. Thank you all for your time and for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Fournier. Is there anyone else? Would the last nominee, I'm sorry, would like to insert their candidacy statement? I'm sorry. Okay. Nominee Melendez, would you like to insert any type of candidacy speech for the chair position?
I'm so sorry. My internet connection is stable and therefore everything is glitchy, but I was not planning on being nominated, and I would like to therefore
not be nominated for the position of chair. That's okay.
Yeah, no worries, Youth Legislator. That is very understandable. I hope you get to tackle those internet issues. So now that we have both of our candidates for chair, so now that they've both given their speeches, could the secretary please take the vote for this position?
Youth Legislator Abebe. Who would you like to vote for?
Youth Legislator Malikte.
Oh, okay. Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Atwood, for the record, I cast my vote for Youth Legislator Tyler Fournier.
Youth Legislator Carver.
Youth Legislator Carver, for the record. I'd like to vote for Youth Legislator Hala Meskel.
Youth Legislator Chundu. Youth Legislator Craig.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Hala Meskel.
I'm going to go back to Youth Legislator Chundu. Youth Legislator Devoron.
Allow Youth Legislator Devoron, for the record. I would like my vote to be cast for Youth Legislator Haley Meskel.
Youth Legislator Espinosa de los Monteros.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Hala Meskel.
Youth Legislator Fournier.
I would like to vote for myself.
Youth Legislator Goins.
Youth Legislator Goins, for the record. I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Haley Meskel.
Youth Legislator Haley Meskel.
Youth Legislator Hala Meskel, for the record. I would like to vote for myself.
Youth Legislator Kincaid. Youth Legislator Melendez. Youth Legislator Mawasasi.
There we go. Youth Legislator Molasses, for the record. I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Haley Meskel.
Youth Legislator Palmer.
Youth Legislator Palmer, for the record. I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Youth Legislator Springer.
Youth Legislator Springer, for the record. I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Haley Meskel.
Youth Legislator Valenzuela.
I would like to cast my vote for Tyler Fournier.
Youth Legislator Wong.
Legislator Wong, for the record. I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Chair Bieda.
Youth Legislator Bieda, for the record. I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Hala Meskel. Okay, now that we've all voted, we will now come to the understanding that Youth Legislator Hala Meskel will serve as chair by majority vote for the second term of our year. Congratulations, Youth Legislator Hala Meskel, and now Chair Hala Meskel.
Thank you so much.
We will now conduct our vote for vice chair. Are there any individuals who would like to nominate others or themselves to become vice chair?
I would like to nominate Youth Legislator Fournier.
I would like to nominate Youth Legislator Kincaid.
I would like to nominate myself.
I would also like to nominate Youth Legislator Palmer.
Are there any other youth legislators who would wish to be nominated? Okay, seeing as though there are no other youth legislators who wish to be nominated, we'll now go ahead and explain how voting is going to work for vice chair. The voting is essentially the same for vice chair as it was for chair. If there's a majority for a certain nominee, that nominee will become vice chair. And I'll go ahead and do my duty to ensure that these votes are properly tallied. So, Secretary, can you please take care of the vote?
Did we say who all was vice chair?
Yes, oh, I'm sorry. The speeches should happen, should they not? I apologize. Yes. I've had a lapse in thought. So
it's okay.
Oh, I apologize. I was muted. Youth Legislator Fournier, would you like to start off by giving any sort of speech?
Yes, thank you so much. So, in light of my last speech, I represent District 6 under Nicole Canizaro, senior at Odyssey Charter School, which is charter and not public. I believe I can do this job also just as effectively as chair and be a good support to Youth Legislator Helen Meskel, and occasionally step in when needed, as the program does with vice chairs. I believe me and Youth Legislator Helen Meskel will work very well effectively together in drafting the letter to the governor at the end of the year, and also through guiding the rest of the NYL through the bill drafting process. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Legislator. Youth Legislator Kincaid, would you like to insert any sort of candidacy speech?
Yes. I'm Youth Legislator Rhythm Kincaid. I come from Senate District 1, and my district, I would say, consists of more minorities, people who come from a minority, and I feel like those people don't really ever get taken seriously or get heard from the public and everything. So I feel like I would be a great candidate to be able to voice everybody's opinions and thoughts. And I like to feel what other people are feeling. I always try to connect myself with other people's emotions, and I try to, if there's always a problem, I always try to solve it. And I think I would be good at helping the world become like a better place. So
thank you, Youth Legislator Kincaid. We'll now go ahead and hear from Youth Legislator Atwood.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This is Youth Legislator Atwood for the record. And I believe that what must be indelibly understood at this time is that we live in difficult times at best. Nevada has suffered an 8% GDP contraction, and I believe some of the documents that I've looked up, current unemployment levels are as high as 14%. At this current time in our lives, things may seem as if the future is dark, especially for us, a lot of us that are seniors in high school looking towards our college careers. And for many of the youth that we represent, there's a feeling, an uneasy feeling of parents, of guardians, of brothers and sisters who take care of them that are out of work. And I believe that it is our most humble duty to go about through dedication and honor, the dedication and honor that we have to our duty to our constituents, to work towards making this great state better for not just the youth, but for their parents and for everyone who lives here. It is our job to do this. And I believe that as vice chair, I can humbly work with Youth Legislator Haley Meskel in order to assure that a good bill gets put out that will make sure that we can aid the people of our districts in order to bring a sense of hope and a sense of strength in this most dark time, and to also make great pragmatic efforts in aiding the people of the state through the hard times that we are experiencing now. We can overcome, after all, we are battle-born. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Atwood. We'll now go ahead and hear from Youth Legislator Palmer.
Hello, my name is Shantae Palmer, and as some of you may know, I'm the Youth Legislator for District 7 for Senator David Parks. I'm currently a senior at Southeast Tech, and I've grown up all over Las Vegas, Nevada, And I've seen the hardship that some people may come to. I've seen the homeless. And I feel like as a vice chair, I will be able to adequately support Chair Haley Misko, not only protecting ourselves, but also protecting our state as times are hard for not only adults, but students like ourselves. And as your vice chair, I am willing to put in the work and I'm willing to step aside for anything that may come for the better of the organization before myself. So when you go to cast your vote, just know I'm there for you no matter what.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Palmer. Tina, now that everyone's conducted their own candidacy statement, could you go ahead and take the vote?
Youth Legislator Abebe.
Legislator Abebe, for the record, I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Youth Legislator Atwood.
I would like to cast my vote for myself, please.
Youth Legislator Carver.
Cast my vote for Youth Legislator Palmer.
Youth Legislator Chundu.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Palmer.
Youth Legislator Craig.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator DeVoren.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Espinosa de los Monteros.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Palmer.
Youth Legislator Fournier.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Goins.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Haley Misko.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Youth Legislator Kincaid.
I would like to cast my vote for myself.
Youth Legislator Melendez.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Youth Legislator Mawasasi.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Fournier.
Youth Legislator Palmer.
I'd like to cast my vote for myself.
Youth Legislator Springer.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Valenzuela.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Wong.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Youth Legislator Bieda.
Youth Legislator Bieda, for the record, I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
We have a two-way tie.
We do. So
Yes.
The procedure for this seems to be that we're now going to conduct a period of additional commentary, and then we will vote between Youth Legislator Atwood and Youth Legislator Kincaid. So I will once again open up the panel for discussion. Youth Legislator Kincaid, you can go ahead and insert any commentary you'd like for no longer than around a minute. And then following that, Youth Legislator Atwood can follow suit and do similar.
Thank you. Thank you guys for voting for me and actually making me able to speak again. I wasn't really expecting to even get this far, so I don't really know what to say. But I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you guys, obviously. And I'm very considerate of what everybody has to feel and what everybody thinks. And I'm super open to different views and different positions. And if somebody has a different view than I have, I'm not going to argue with them or shut them down. I'm going to help them and understand their view as well, while they also try to understand mine. I think that me and Helen Mesco will make a great team and a great duo. And yeah, I just hope you guys vote for me.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Kincaid. Can we go ahead and hear from Youth Legislator Atwood now?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This is Youth Legislator Atwood for the record. For that matter, one of the things that I believe that is important is that it takes grit to be humble. to truly be humble enough to listen to everyone. And as Youth Legislator Kincaid was talking about, it's important to bring about a stronger and greater focus on being able to help all of us get something into this. So for those of you that might happen to follow me on Instagram, whether you agree with all my positions or not, it's more, I've constantly talked about how important it is that we have good discussions that don't collapse into anarchy and chaos. And that's one of the important things about being a chair, is being able to have, or vice chair in this case, is to be able to lead the meeting and make sure that everybody is listened and accounted for, but that the meeting remains orderly and continues to hold up to those procedures that are held within the responsibilities of the chair and vice chair. I believe that is indelibly important, and it is very important that we all work together to support our humble duty as youth legislators. Thank you.
Thank you, Youth Legislator Atwood. Can we go ahead and have Tina take the vote now?
Youth Legislator Abebe.
I would like to vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Atwood.
I would like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Carver. I could not hear that.
I'm voting for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Thank you. Youth Legislator Chundu.
Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Craig.
I'd like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator DeVoren.
I would like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Espinosa de los Monteros.
I'd like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Fournier.
I would like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Goins.
Voting for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Haley Mesco.
I would like to vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid, please.
Youth Legislator Kincaid.
I'd like to cast my vote to Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Melendez.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Mawasasi.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Palmer.
I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Springer.
I would like to cast my vote to Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Valenzuela.
I would like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Kincaid.
Youth Legislator Wong.
I would like to cast my vote to Youth Legislator Atwood.
Youth Legislator Bieda.
Youth Legislator Bitter for the record. I'd like to cast my vote for Youth Legislator Atwood. This concludes the vote. I'd like to congratulate Youth Legislator Kincaid on being our vice chair for the second term of this NYL season. So we're so excited to see both you and our new chair, Youth Chair Hyla Meskel, lead us into this second term. Congratulations. Now we're going to move on to our next agenda item. The same rules that I mentioned during the first period of public comment apply. Please try to avoid repeating testimony if someone has already made your point, and if you are going to speak, please limit it to 3 minutes. Is there any public comment wanting to be made at this time?
Yes, Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much. For the record, Senator Valerie Weiner, retired chair of the Nevada Youth Legislature Board, proudly serving this program as its chair. First, I want to congratulate NYL Chair Hallie Mesco and Vice Chair Youth Legislator Kincaid for saying yes to stepping up to service in this organization in this way. It will be an exciting, fast-paced second year of your term, and your leadership will be essential to create the seamless leadership that we need in the program. So thank you for saying yes. During the second year of your term, to all of the youth legislators, thank you for being here. Again, we've heard these challenging times, and yet during this opportunity to make this very special connection During this time and going forward throughout the remainder of your term, you will be connecting in a very intimate, personal, and powerful way with the entire bill creation process. This will start in just a few moments as you are exposed to and engaged with the training to get started. This is your jump start into this amazing year. And during this live connection with the bill drafting process, you will learn how to work with ideas. You will learn how to create advocacy points. You will learn how to work through the adoption process and the advocacy to legislators, and optimistically, after presentation at the Nevada Legislature, the passage of your bill. All of us, the Legislative Council Bureau, all of the people, this spans so many, I can't count nor name how many have engaged in making today and going forward, and of course the past, a great success. Also the NYL board, you've met us, we've spent time with you, we love you. The NYL alumni mentor trainers who have helped you during each meeting because they care about you and they care about the program. It is an exciting time, and in just a few moments, about 10 minutes following this meeting, we will begin this bill drafting adventure together on the path to success. Again, thank you. I'm thrilled to be working with you again for this year, and I look forward to this exciting training that we're about to experience together.
Thank you, Senator Weiner. I'm sad to see you retire from the board, but we're so thankful that you were able to still participate with us for the first year, and we still look forward to your involvement in the future.
Actually, Madam Chair, I'm not retired from the board.
Okay, I must have misheard. I'm so sorry.
No, I still chair it. We'll see what happens next summer, but we are appointed every 2 years and I still chair the board. So just to correct the record, humbly chair it.
I am so sorry. I must have misheard.
That's okay.
Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. Is there any other commentary wanting to be made by anyone else in this meeting?
Youth Legislator Malik Haley Miskell for the record. I would just like to thank everyone for appointing me, and I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to work with you all over the course of this year. Thank you.
Yes, once again, congratulations on your newly elected position. We're so excited for you. Is there anyone else who'd like to comment? Okay, seeing no further commentary, we're ready to adjourn. This concludes our business for the day. This meeting is now adjourned.